Here's something that most people don't understand about content creation. It's actually something that rewires your brain. The amount of time that you spend looking at yourself, whether you're looking into a camera, front facing camera, you're watching yourself as you talk into the lens, or you simply record and then you go into the editing process. And the amount of time that you spend listening to yourself over and over and over again, listening to the stumbles, listening to the false starts, listening to the rambling of talking face to camera, you learn so much about yourself. And I guess there are three specific things that I can just point on. Number one, you learn about all of your nervous tics or your micro expressions that you do without realizing it. This is one thing that I do with my nose. I often go like that without thinking about it. And I don't know why, but it happens specifically when I am potentially nervous or when it feels like my nose is about to start running and then I just want to curb it. It's a weird nervous tick. But watching myself do it over and over again across long form videos and seeing, man, why do I do that? Why does my nose crinkle? Why do I do that? Another thing, you learn how to just keep going. That's a beautiful thing because when you're recording content, there may be a point in time when you want to get the perfect take or you want to make sure that you got the lighting right or that everything. After a certain point in time, whether you plan to do a lot of editing and post production or you don't plan to edit at all, the point is to keep going. You just film it and keep filming until the filming is done. You just keep going. There's a certain level of resilience, there's a certain level of vulnerability, especially if you're going to be posting this video online somewhere, social media, what have you, for public viewing. It takes a lot of confidence, actually. And the one thing is, look this up. A major fear that a lot of people have is of public speaking. So if you're afraid to speak in front of people, large groups of people, or even interpersonal interactions, where it's just one to one, makes you feel uneasy. Recording videos on a camera, even if you aren't going to post it to anyone, it does something to your brain chemistry. You build a different type of confidence because you're practicing speaking. Whether anybody sees it or not, whether it gets 100 views or 100,000 views on anybody's social media platform, you're practicing the skill, the art, the action of speaking and speaking in a coherent manner where there's a beginning, middle, and end. Doing that so many times over time is one of the best ways to one, get over the fear of public speaking, but two, also just get better at speaking, get better at telling stories, get better at making eye contact, whether it's with the camera lens or you're just making eye contact with yourself through the camera lens. Something happens to your brain chemistry when you do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Also, as humans, within the last 200 years, really within the last 100 years, our brains are not evolutionarily ready for this type of technology, for these type of capabilities. Like taking pictures and photos and seeing ourselves as much as we do. Like back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean in ancient history, prehistoric times, the only time you saw your shadow, the only time you saw your reflection was in water or maybe in something that was like the ancient equivalent of a mirror, which may have been ice glaciers, but we're not used to seeing ourselves so much and so often in the mirrors and the reflections of windows and phones and just computer screens, laptop screens. This is all new within the grand scheme of human history. So our brains are still catching up. We're still trying to really figure out what's happening with all of this. And I'm really curious about the the evolutionary outcomes of our thumbs, our necks, and our eyes because of all of this exposure to phone screens right before bed. And you do that for generations. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to our eyelids biologically? That's a side note. But first thing that rewires your brain chemistry with creating content is noticing your nervous tics, noticing how you operate with micro expressions and the things that you do out of habit, and you may not ever notice them yourself, but other people notice. And now you're noticing it for the first time because you see yourself so often if you're recording long form video. The second thing being you're building up a certain resilience, a specific confidence with just public speaking, but also just persevering through mistakes, through stumbles, through slight errors, and just going, just hitting go, just hitting record. The third thing, and this is relative to posting on social media, my brain now reacts differently to social media metrics in a way that previously was not the case. So, for context, everything on social media is inflated. The perception of numbers, especially, is wild. Because in social media land, only getting 100 views and 5 likes on a video on TikTok is seen as a flop, quote unquote. It didn't do well, low engagement, who cares? This video is trash. You wasted time hitting publish. You don't realize that if you were to walk through a grocery store and three people said, "I like your sweater," oh, that's a good day. This sweater is immortalized. Like, paparazzi, chill out, please, please, please. Imagine you walking from the grocery store to your car and 5 people just start following you. Hello? Yet, someone who only has 5 followers on social media, it seems like, oh, their account is dead. They don't be doing nothing. Don't nobody be following them. It's whatever. So, like, perception is skewed in social media land. With that in mind, as someone who listened to my most viral video that I've ever posted on the internet ever, and I've been posting videos for a long time. It's 10 plus years in this social media game. Going back to Vine, like short form video, I started on Vine, and even long form video, I started on YouTube even before that. But consistently posting short form videos on Vine all the way up to present day was Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads. My most viral video ever has over 9 million views and counting. It's on Instagram. I have plenty of other videos that have done 1 million+ views. Funny thing is, those views don't equate to money. Like, they don't automatically equate to dollar bills. So, when I really saw what it was like to go viral and what people think it means, slash what it actually means, I've now decoupled social media metrics from real world outcomes. And I don't think enough people understand that. Especially people who are quote unquote aspiring content creators. And I don't say quote unquote to be demeaning, but I say that as a very specific archetype of a person who uses social media, who is chronically online, who is chasing after something through posting videos. Oftentimes, that means chasing after virality or chasing after external validation. And that's the scary part. Also chasing after money, but specifically that external validation piece. Because with external validation, there's a sense of identity being wrapped into social media engagement. There's a sense of my value, my self-esteem is tied to the number of views and likes and shares that this video gets, the number of followers that I have on any given platform. That's the scary part that I'm getting at. My brain chemistry changed with numbers on a post not equating to real life outcomes in a way that was extremely healthy for me. And I wish the same for other people. Because social media, even though it's quote unquote not a real place, it does have real world consequences. It does have real world outcomes. So I'm urging people to be careful about their relationship to social media. Even if you don't post, the mere fact that you can't sit down without checking your phone at least 30 times just to look at a video, just to scroll through whatever platform, just to pass the time. The fact that the notifications that be coming through your phone about someone who liked your post or commented on your post, the mere fact that we're tied to these devices in ways that are really unhealthy by and large, that's the thing that I'm thankful that my brain chemistry has shifted. Because that was a fair amount of time when I was way more addicted to social media than I wanted to admit. And it wasn't just about chasing virality. It was literally about being so distracted by the dopamine hit of opening my phone and seeing notifications. And for that reason alone, one, because I create a lot of content, I get a lot of notifications in app. My notifications from any given app, like the push notifications on my phone, off. I don't get any push notifications from anybody's social media platform because, my goodness, the distractions that they are. So, the three things that changed my brain chemistry as a content creator. Number one, being on camera so often and just seeing me talk to me on a camera, to myself, to the rest of the world, I noticed so many nervous tics and things that I know my wife notices that I previously was not privy to. Number two, I have developed a very specific, keen sense of perseverance with continuing through mistakes when it comes to recording videos, specifically recording videos that would be posted to social media. And the third thing is everything shifted when I decoupled social media analytics from real world outcomes. Like, those are two completely different things. One does not equal the other. Like, you could easily have 1,000 followers on Instagram and you be making bread. Like, you be breaded up because of how you use social media to make moves in real life. Likes and followers do not equal success. Whatever success may look like, just decouple those things. Likes and followers in social media land do not automatically equate to success. I just, if you don't hear nothing else, please reevaluate your relationship to social media, whether you're a content creator or not, whether you post online for public viewing or not. Reevaluate your relationship to these digital platforms, because they really have a stronghold on a lot of people in ways that we don't often realize or want to acknowledge because we're distracted. So, for all my content creators out there, keep creating, keep keep sharing, bruh, because you never really know what the thing that you're creating can do positively for someone else's life, regardless of the number of views, number of comments, number of shares and follows and likes. At the end of the day, if you're posting genuine stuff that's actually meant to bring joy or add something positive to somebody else's life, keep going. Now, if you're out here spreading misinformation and you acting a fool just for going viral, you need to go talk to the Lord about that. But that's none of my business. Either way, thanks for watching. And yeah, have a blessed one. Deuces.